Welcome back, everyone. We are here by popular demand because we were told by several people that we should check out the 46 and 2 cover by the same music foundation, the O'Keefe Music Foundation, who apparently has the same lead singer,
It's the same girl, yeah.
just several years previous to the Sober cover. So let's get into it. And apparently we've already seen this some years in the past and
It was
just
a while ago.
never remembered it. So, well, there we go.
They're so cute.
Yeah, everyone's so young in this one. Probably one of
I love
Least-
how into it the drummer gets.
he's a
better.
drummer. He has to.
I love it.
Probably also one of the least underrated bass intros, maybe.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool bass intro.
I don't know. I
For
don't
sure.
know enough music to really say.
Every bass player I've ever known, that's what they fiddle on. And I'm just either that or what is it, the one that dun dun, you know which one?
No.
We'll talk about later. Prison
Okay.
Avenged Sevenfold, everyone knows that one.
I do remember this kid.
The cute little clave player is my favorite. He's adorable. It's not quite how you are really supposed to play claves, but he does a great.
He's
He's
seven.
so intense.
He's 7.
He's
Whatever.
so serious. It's very
He's taking his clave job very
he's
seriously.
taking it so seriously and gets so into it, and it's great. I love it.
Better question is he keeping good time?
Yes, he's playing very well. Yeah, you see it now.
What?
That's the same girl.
I don't see it personally.
Well, and of course in this one, yeah, she's younger. So
Yeah, this is several years before the other one. Oh, you know what just struck me? She sounds a little bit like the singer from Flyleaf.
yeah, very similar.
Yeah, just kind of that weird kind of low tonality she has.
She's in this higher register for this one as opposed to the other one, but that would make sense. She's younger,
Yeah.
so she's gonna sing it higher and do those cute little head voice pops.
I'm not a fan of this one as much. I like the others cover a little bit more. This just feels like straight Tool with the little girl singing.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it would make sense that this is their first attempt at it, and then grow up a little bit, and now you can actually play with it and have your own flavor and flair, and not just mimic what you've heard. I mean, what is she in this video? 12 maybe?
I don't remember.
11?
I think someone said that she was 8, maybe.
Oh, that's how she looks
8
older
or
than
12.
that.
Something I don't know.
I don't know. Pre-teen,
Yeah.
probably
I
definitely.
remember the drummer
great.
kid. He is so into it.
But prepubescent little girl, you're gonna mimic what you hear. You're not gonna have your own voice yet, really. Yeah, this is much more straight pitches, hitting them with a little bit of flavor.
And I was permanently etched in my mind. She sounds just like the Flyleaf. I forget her name, so I'm sorry.
Now, what would be interesting is to see when she did this, and was Flyleaf popular then, or nearby, and if that was an influence for her. That'd be a fun correlation to me.
I have no idea. I don't remember when this came out. Yeah, get it, drummer kid.
I love her faces. She makes fantastic faces. Which matters, as a singer, and a performer. You
Yeah.
need to make, good faces to be entertaining. It also does affect your sound. Intentionality affects your sound, for sure.
I mean,
That was a pretty little part. Couldn't understand a word she said, but it was pretty.
yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've actually listened to this song. Maynard was kind of high and breathless too.
Right.
I mean, but
She wasn't breathy. It was fairly well supported and pretty.
I mean,
It just the
okay,
diction
we're
of
getting
it.
into the nuts and bolts of different terminologies here.
I'm sorry.
Breathy for an uninitiated is kind of high and airy versus how would you describe that?
What she just did?
Yeah.
That bit?
Yeah.
It was just high.
Okay.
And light.
Speaking of faces.
He's so fun to watch.
I mean, if you watch Danny, he's a madman on the drums too, so.
Well, I mean, jazz drummer, come on.
But he also has, like, this ultra eclectic 14 million drum
Those faces, though.
insanity that he plays on.
Well, the other thing about this video is it's actually, like, it's almost more interesting to watch and listen to the instrumentalists on this one as opposed to her as a vocalist. Like, she sounds pretty, but the vocal or the instrumentalists are really doing more interesting things in this video. Like, that drummer is doing way cooler stuff. The bass player is doing way cooler stuff.
We've rolled back in time in terms of her vocally and the Music Foundation as a video producer.
Right.
So, I mean, they have the occasional little film overlay, but it's far more boring, straightforward camera work and editing than the other one.
Right.
Which is,
right.
It is.
It's
nothing good or bad. It's just the evolution of them as a production company, essentially.
Yeah.
Or the production of these youth
covers of these numbers.
Covers, yeah.
But no, she has a lovely little voice. I distinctly remember in watching the other video of her actually older, making commentary about supporting her sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in this one she has better technique. I think she has a much more supported sound, and maybe that's just because she's younger, so she's maybe internalized those notes better or practiced at it, and then as she's gotten older, maybe gotten a little lazier. I'm not sure. Or in the other one, she's much more belty. This one, she just goes high. She doesn't really get loud. That's just interesting.
I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah, she just doesn't really get loud in this one.
So this one was published in 2013. So.
When was Flyleaf popular? It's just an interesting correlation. Like, I think about, who was popular when I was a kid, and what teen idols did I love? I'll just say Christina Aguilera. Heck yes. And how do I sing? How did I sing when I was a teenager? Like, those were the people that I was mimicking, and I think my sound is similar.
I don't know if that's it's an intentional thing on her part.
It's not intentional at all. It's just what happens. Like,
yeah.
And I know this is something actually because I adjudicate children's theater. I just had a note for a student basically saying, like, when you play an iconic role where you're used to hearing someone sing a certain way, there's this temptation to sing it the same way that person did. And in choir, you're taught to blend and sound like everyone around you. And so, students of voice learn how to mimic really, really well. We don't tend to learn how to be, soloists and able to create our own voices until much later, unless you've got a really good vocal coach that teaches you how to be more unique. Like this little girl has a much more unique sound than you would have in a choir, but it does seem like potentially she is mimicking what I would assume to be her influences, but maybe not.
It's entirely possible.
She also just might have a similar timbre. That happens.
That's
Smash Mouth Bare Naked Ladies. They sound the same, right?
They do. It just happens to be how they sound. So just looked it up. The Sober cover was published. The video was published in 2015.
It's a couple of years later.
So 2 years later, but given production, it could be 3-ish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm personally not a fan. As a very large Tool fan,
it's true. He is the authority on Tool.
It's a authentic musical representation of the song, with this young girl singing for it. She did a good job. It's a wonderful song. It just doesn't do anything for me personally.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fun. It's fun to watch kids rock out and be awesome.
Oh yeah,
like that's always fun.
Like that's the best part. Is
like that's the best part of it.
Having kids who like have these larger than life bands, and just being able to play it and rock out so hard to it is so awesome.
Yes. Anytime you get kids excited about playing and singing, like, I'm on board. Yep. Whoop. Hey, we've got a kitty.
Hello, kitty.
Here's the kitty. He's down there. He's kind of out of view. He's like, what are you people doing? What is this?
He's just happy to be a part of it.
Right. But yeah, they're adorable, and that was fun. And it's fun to see her progression in just 2-3 years of how her voice changed and how she improved and got more unique. And
well, let's see if we can find another one.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun if we find another one.
I believe her name is Kala. Yeah.
What an interesting name.
Yeah, so we'll dig through their archives and see if we find anything else from them.
Yeah. I'd love to know more about that foundation too.
Yeah,
seems
well,
like
I'll do some research and we'll find out more.
That was fun.
Cool. We will see you in the next one. If you like seeing this, give us a subscribe. If you like the video, throw us a like. Catch you guys in the next one.